Now let's look at styling images with CSS. Cascading style sheets allow us to create unique styles of borders and background colors around images. For example, if we look at this image that we have brought in as the logo, we can style this image with its unique attributes. Let's go over to our CSS designer. We'll add the source and create a new defined in page for this style. When we select the style of this image, we can create now a selector for it. Let's create a new selector by selecting Style, New Selector, and Body Image. And just to keep it unique between these two images so they are not affected with one another, we will add an ID to identify what this image is. We'll do ID equals logo. Within ID equals logo, we can now create a new selector for body image for logo. And within there, we will now add all of our properties. For example, we can now adjust and create borders or backgrounds around this image. Let's find the right attributions. We are scrolling down to the background attribute. Let's define a background color to go behind this logo, perhaps a soft gray. By adding a soft gray, it will automatically update with a soft gray because this logo has a transparent background. We can also add, by going to our style and the logo attribution, we can also add a border. By going to the border section, we are presented with multiple options. For example, the border size. We can add a border to every corner, so just the top, the right, the bottom, or left, or any one of the combination of the few. In this example, let's do all sides. We can select the width of it. We can keep it thin, medium, or thick. Let's go with a thin border. We can also add a style to the border, where it can become dotted, it can become dashed, it can become solid, and many other options that we can go through. For this demonstration, let's stick with dotted. We can also change the color of the border. For example, we can make it even a little bit more darker gray tone than the background. To give it a slight definition, perhaps this image would become a clip out. Now that we've added a thin dotted border that is slightly gray, we can also add a border radius. Depending on your operating system, certain border radius may not show up in your design view. You'll have to view this in your browser. For example, a border radius can be attached to any side of the corners, the top left, the top right, or the bottom left. In this instance, let's add a 5-pixel border around each side. By tabbing over, we can quickly type the pixel count for each element. By doing this, when we preview it in our web browser and save the changes, we'll see how we added a small defining border around our logo. And that is how you style image treatments with CSS.